So I'm sitting here 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, probably almost 5 hours now. Yeah. This is the new computer room type. The room where my boys used to sleep at, but whatever. I'm feeling annoyed, of course, but printing out some documents. There's that noise in the background. Printing out the documents. I really don't even know why I'm doing it. I feel like it's really a waste of ink. Because honestly, I just feel like I'm gonna continue to submit everything to God, but I don't know. I feel like at this point it was just a waste of resources. Ooh, it's a lot of paper too. And it's still printing. But yeah, I feel like it was a waste of resources, and now I'm just gonna have to replace my printer ink. But I don't know. I guess it's just like I said, I'm just thinking about my daughter, and I miss my child, and I just want to be in relationship and interacting with and actively parenting my child while I got time, while I got breath in my lungs, things of those natures. But I just don't know what to do and where to start. So, but definitely being active regarding my other 2 children, so that we can definitely avoid this happening. And I didn't print out unnecessary paperwork as well, which I'm disappointed about because, I didn't mean to print out all of that. Some of them papers I could have just left on, and I could have read them from them being on the computer or whatever device. That's what I'm saying. I kind of been like a busybody a little bit today. Some in some good ways, decent ways. Other not so much, and I don't like that because I'm not a busybody type at all. Definitely just asking God to give me direction, give me strength, give me definitely power to do His will, boldness even. It's just so much that I'm sitting here thinking about, and I'm just like, ugh, it's really not supposed to be like this, for real, for real. For real, for real. Not feeling this. Ada Honda she gonna go to Honda see. I don't know what to do. Then I think I printed on the wrong, using the wrong, what you call it, site, printing site. I just feel away. I feel away. I am gonna read on here what I wrote. I don't be wanting to even talk about this freaking so-called custody case and all of that, because I don't be wanting to believe it. I don't be wanting to, claim it as it's real, just what it is. And I once upon a time felt like that regarding, what's his name, as far as the relationship or quote-unquote lack thereof. I gotta do something too. I forgot what to do. Regarding me and him being together and operating, working it out. And for a long time, I was just like, I'm operating as single. I think even up until 2021. Now, maybe even 2022. 2022, baby, what? I think it was November of 2022. Oh, single, operating as single, what? Baby, I'm definitely unmarried. Like, I'm not with you. I'm not there with you. So, that's that or whatever. But yeah, I didn't want to talk about it, but I'm thinking I'm going to read, because I just kind of reached out to some folks, Um, so this is just called custody notes and mentions. And I just put on here. I put on there, which I could have put a whole lot more other stuff on there. But I got incarcerated briefly in November 2020. What was it? November the 30th to be exact, I believe. I don't know. Went up there on the 29th, feel like, but the 30th, somewhere around there, and was released on December 4th, 2020. This was due to false charges brought against me and illegal seizure, and then, of course, they detained me, and then it was arrest during a visit to the courthouse for the false charges. So my 3 children were left overnight for 2 nights without an adult in the household. The absent parent of 2 of my children, the younger one's absent parent, contacted, and of course y'all know I say so-called or previously known, or I call him, oh, what's his name? But anyway, what's his name, contacted the absent parent or the so-called parent of my other child, my eldest child, along with contacting I should have said authorities, but police to do a wellness check during this time frame. Although absent, they had been keeping a close watch for me to be incarcerated since the false charges were brought about from the household of one of the absent parents, or for me to go to court or whatever, and just to see what happened. And then when that happened, of course you see that's definitely set up. Oh, we waiting and watching, and this and the third. And it was something that they tried to put the pressure on me. So anyway, so when they knew that I was absent from the household, for the longer period of time, because of course your kids can stay at home by themselves for a short period of time, but of course when it goes into 1 day, 2 days, this is what I'm telling you, they was on it hawk watching, because they didn't let it get to like 3 days. So when they knew that I was absent from the household is when they decided to contact authorities, which resulted in my oldest child being sent with a non-custodial absent parent. Of course, as we was considered at the time. Now he probably feel like he's sole custody, but I just don't admit to that. So that parent had that so-called parent had filed for sole custody in 2019, prior to the whole incident occurring in 2020. So we were dealing with prior to the incident occurring and prior to anything even brought up about my name regarding false charges, and just like I was not, that didn't exist. So we were dealing with a custody case, but it wasn't completed, and didn't complete until December of 2022, which is a hop, skip, and a jump backwards, because it's only March of 2023 when they supposedly awarded sole custody. I can't even say it right because it ain't even real to me, but sole custody to said so-called parent. I can say so-called on here. I'm not putting that, of course, in any legal type documents. So that was the thing. I just printed out some documents and stuff, because I never want that to happen regarding my boys, but at the same time, I still don't want that for my daughter. Like, it's not going right. It doesn't feel right. I try to be at peace with it every day, but it's just no day that my daughter is walking this earth, living, breathing, all that good stuff. There's no reason why she should not be interacting with me on a regular basis. It's really, I didn't never want to take him out of her life, but he really needs to have bare minimum type, bare minimum, and I'm telling you. But anyway, okay, the child could have came home after the brief incarceration. This residence is the one primary residence for the child since birth. Then I put the birth and all that. Child was 12 years old at the time of the incident. I had not been found negligent or anything. Just something occurred that got out of my control. Like, spiraled out of my control. I had been homeschooling 2 of the 3 children, which she was one of them, in 2019, and then they transitioned in 2020 to remote learning from home via charter school. During that school years, when my eldest child was removed, the parent of the old, what's his name, of the younger children didn't remove those children from my home, so they remain with me until this day. It was said that this parent is the one who made the phone calls for wellness check and to my eldest child's so-called absent non-custodial parent at the time. There was much behind the scenes play at work in order to try to get my children removed from my household in a way that would appear legit and appear to be the best interest, but it was all based on falsehoods and deceit. My child has now been removed from the home since 2020, and I should have put December of 2020, and I'm not able to comfortably be involved with my child due to the other now legally, quote unquote, sole custodial, quote unquote, parent, so-called parent, not encouraging the relationship between myself and the child, who is now 15. So 12 and now 15. Also due to safety reasons, because the person is just flat out criminal minded. Last I knew. That's ghetto a little bit, but it's okay. I want to know what's advised in a case like this. There are plenty of details I could further explain, but I'm seeking help in this matter because I want to remain actively and healthily involved in my child's life. I also have a concern regarding the safety of the child. We were also in contact via phone in October 2022 for several days, and then it ended abruptly and haven't spoken since. Also, the child came by in May 2022 for a few hours, being dropped off by the so-called custodial parent, so-called quote unquote custodial parent's mother, and I had to keep it sweet and say mother, but mammy, but the child expressed that she wasn't um here to stay at the place she had previously resided her whole life. I was Up until that point, I was disappointed, but I respected what she expressed, and sadly watched her leave just as quick as she arrived. I do believe that my child is being manipulated in many ways, and again, not being encouraged to have a healthy relationship with me. And as a parent, a mother who carried and reared the child most of her natural born life. Also worth noting that the so-called custodial parent was incarcerated for the first year and even during pregnancy of the child's life, so wasn't able to sign birth certificate, but somehow the name ended up on the birth certificate. Not sure how at all. I just want to know what steps to take, even get some type of resolve and time spent with my child in order to keep relationship intact and healthy parenting. Like, this really just disgusts me even reading it and even saying this stuff out loud, because it's so damn sickening. And like, I done gained all this weight. I don't feel like putting myself in no type of what you call it, like eyesight of any quote unquote authorities, because I don't trust them. I don't trust the quote unquote justice system, the judicial system, period. And so I just really don't know what to do. I know that, in all this, you can have a lawyer, and I'm gonna just tell you, I do have the best lawyer, even though it's not, I can't afford like those type of attorneys. I do have God on my side, and God knows all the details, and He knows what happened from the beginning until now. He knows what's taking place, what's going on with my daughter and stuff like that. But just not being encouraged to spend more time with me, somebody that I've been in your life, like it's crazy, and we live in the same town. Oh no, 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 the devil be bound. That's why I'm just like, I'm not trying to have that. Oh, I'm taking back what the devil stole from me. I'm not doing all that. I don't feel like I need to do all that. I just feel like I need to just get some motion going on in that direction, because I really, of course, kind of sat still. I haven't really spoken about this out loud like that, but I know internally what I've been doing. But I just kind of sat still. Of course, after the so-called incarceration, because the false charges was pressed and stuff like that, I got like terrified and traumatized, like, because I showed up at court on that day trying to take care of one thing, and then they tried to get me for, quote unquote, get me for something else, and I just kind of had to submit to that, and then come home, and one of my kids is not in my household anymore and was still supposed to be here, but at the time she preferred to be somewhere else, because of course, when a child, they gonna want to do what they want to do, they want to get whatever. I feel like she deserved certain stuff, benefits and things that she might be getting there, but I don't feel like she needs to be in that type of environment at all till this day. Because I just don't raise my kids the way that they do. So just that. But But of course, it's always frustrating. Of course, she was snatched away from her siblings. I'm not really pressed about it because now the way that I interact with my previously known half siblings and things like that, because we didn't have the same full set of parents. Everybody that I'm older than everybody, but I do have a separate parent than everybody. Like everybody got their own other parent. So I get that. And so of course my boys are by somebody else and she's by somebody else. So it's like I don't try to press it, but they all got the same last name. Me and my previously known half siblings, we all got different names. Like all of us, except for the ones on my paternal side. But they live in a whole nother, not some of them live in the same state, but they live in, they was raised under a whole nother roof because their mom was married too. So it's just a bunch of confusion. So I don't know. And I don't know what the result of it's going to be and what God is going to do. But I'm just at the place where it's like something got to move, something got to shift because it's bothering me every single day. And I guess I look back and I'm like, dang, I thought things was bad or whatever back then, but I also always gave gratitude and just thank God that I still had my kids under the same roof. Every time they tried to call CPS cases and stir up and try to just, invoke stuff to me as far as getting my kids removed and stuff, but it wasn't until they put their hand. It wasn't until I always say this, gave the enemy a foothold. And yeah, he gonna come in and wreak havoc. He's not there to do anything. So that's on me. But I ask God to forgive me. I believe that God has forgiven me. I forgive others and things like that. I'm still trying. I feel like I'm still trying to forgive them for what they done, but because it's still active and my daughter is not, I don't give a damn if I talk to her a couple of times or if I interacted with her once or twice. That's nothing compared to the daily basis that I was involved in her life. So it's a struggle because I just feel like, oh, they haven't been held accountable, but I don't even be sitting around dwelling like, damn, they need to be held accountable. I do say that and I do feel like that. But I just don't dwell on it. I just be like, I just want to interact with my child. I ain't worrying about y'all. Like, y'all are not, like I always say, y'all non-factors to me. So, I just don't know how to go about it. I don't know where to start. I don't know if this is a starting point or, again, if this is just a waste of time. I'm just up at 5 in the morning. I just got out the shower and I'm just like, just being active on that a little bit. But I just want to fill out this paperwork because I just don't want the same thing to happen to my boys. They're still minors, they're still underage, and I just don't want those type of problems. And I look back and I'm like, dang, I could have filled out this paperwork while her so-called dad was locked up when she was 1, but I didn't. I wanted to give him my heart, and I gotta say, my heart, and even my mind at the time, my mindset was like, no, I'm gonna give him a chance. And even though he wasn't giving me much of a chance when I was pregnant with her, he turned into like a mean person during the time that I was pregnant with her. It's almost like, okay, we was already bothered by each other before I was pregnant, but when I got pregnant, it intensified. And even with the boys, things intensified between me and them as well. And it was just crazy. It's like, this ain't how it's supposed to be. You really supposed to be happy and having joy to be having a child coming that you lay down and you actively, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like you hate yourself or you hate what comes from you. And, of course that starts to disturb me. Like, damn, should I hate that too? But I don't, because they came from me as well. And I'm like, I don't hate myself. I love myself. And I don't mean in no toxic type of way. I mean in a healthy way. So as healthy as I know. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. But I am going to put this pen to this paperwork and just at least start it or something like that. But like I said, I'm so traumatized. I really don't want to deal with this quote unquote system. I don't want no courts and stuff in the business more than they already be in it. I just don't know what to do. So I do trust God for guidance and instruction and all that good stuff. I'm not sleepy, but I think I'll probably be sleepy around 6 or 7 o'clock. I'm feeling a little tired, just like I want to just lay down, and just relax from the shower. But I'm not sleepy. But we got stuff that we gotta do. Because I hear my phone buzzing. I don't know if that's a car passing by. It must have had to be because it passed by the front and the side. We'll see. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know how much longer I gotta go on like this. So, but I do honestly, just to keep it real, I feel about myself like, if God deems that, hey, I did something where it caused me to be separated from my child, then it is what it is. But I just hope that that's all it is separated for, this now. It every day is long to me, but this period of time, as opposed to never seeing my child again on this side, and all them details, all that jazz. But I'm just gonna upload this video. I got another video that I need to upload as well. I'm gonna upload this video, and I'm gonna, I don't know, maybe somebody will miraculously come across it and give me some type of advice that really is gonna work. Um, and just trust God that, hey, they gave out some good advice, and it'll be done for them, in return. Trying to make sure I'm on the right, YouTube channel to upload. That's what I was doing. Cause yeah. Oh Lord, they done caught an officer stealing. She thought her body cam was off during an eviction search. You see why I don't trust quote unquote authorities and stuff like that? Don't feel like nobody have the best interest. Unfortunately, these officers, her body cam is about to show how they stole from this house. So they was just stealing people's stuff. Wow. And that's how I feel as far as my daughter. She's not just stuff. But that's how I feel like, Because it appears that he went about it the legit way by getting a lawyer. And she thought she turned her body cam off. And then guess what skin color they gotta be? Black folks. Like, They said cops breaking the law should face steeper charges. I'm trying to tell you, that's how I feel, but I don't know. I'm gonna turn it off. It is what it is. Oh, hold on. Ho. Who did Angela go to? Oh, she went to the, what is it? Oscars or Grammys with, Yo Gotti. I don't know why my head is itching in one spot. Maybe I need to put some oil or something, spray it down, or whatever, but. The way they stealing up out this house, honey. The way they stealing up out that house. Not thinking that body camera alone. Oop. And oop. They crazy. That's so crazy. Anyway, yeah. That's pretty much all I got to say. Just want something to shift. I want to definitely overcome all the stuff that the enemy try to do and all that. I don't want to sound cliche, but definitely I just want that away from me. I need the way that Krishan Rock's sister hugged her and started praying for her. Started praying for her and stuff. Oh, that just did something to me. Cause just even though that was her sister, I just thought about hugging my daughter, and I prayed for my daughter and prayed over my daughter before she left and stuff like that. When she came in last year, a little less than a year ago. Shouldn't even be saying that. Like not just weeks and months pass by, but years then pass by. Before I see my child. Well, I'm gonna say a year or several months before I see and interact, and that's not what I am. That's not who I am, and my daughter know that. She knows that, so I don't appreciate it. I don't give a damn if her. I taught her, like, I don't care if other people feel like they want to disrespect me. She should choose not to, and don't go along with that. But I can't pick for her, and so it's so disappointing. That's why I'm just like, Lord, I must have did something. I don't want to say to get out of her good graces, but to be out of his good graces, because, yeah, that right there, just crazy to have to deal with that. I know I did something crazy and foolish to have to deal with that. So, I don't know. Yeah, I gotta turn around and buy some more ink. um, for real, gotta buy some more ink. I did not need all these papers, but it is what it is. This is what it is. But anyway, let me upload this video. That's all I really got to say. I'm still sitting at this desk. Y'all can't see nothing else in this room, but yeah. That's my printer stuff on. Got my little office stuff. This is what I wanted to do. Just get home with my children. They had that access to me. Didn't want no latchkey kids. Um, Didn't want nobody getting bullied and beat up and stuff like that. Like what happened to me in the second grade, where nobody was, second or first grade, whatever, where nobody was there to help. Didn't have any siblings because again I was the oldest, firstborn. But yeah, didn't have anybody to help and stuff like that. Didn't want nobody to operate alone. So of course my daughter will be here over at that household. She doesn't have anybody that lives with her. She has these so-called best friends. I mean, I hope that one she call them best friends really are treating her like that. But I know how people do. So and me and her, we might not be best friends, but to me, we had a very good working parent child, parent daughter relationship. Just is what it is. So, but I know young people get lonely. They want somebody their age, their peer group to talk to trust and stuff like that. And I get it. That's why I definitely try to relate to my children. I try to leave it open and talk to them. My boys, they talk to me. I even heard my son, my oldest son, in there saying to my youngest son, my son's son, um, why does mom need, he was just talking about me or whatever, speaking about me, why does mom need such and such? Because I was trying to order something. Why does she need the fastest one? And I'm glad he got that relationship with his brother. But I heard mom was like, why does mom need what? Come again. And he came and he told me what he said. And that's why I needed to tell him, like, if you got something to say to me, I need to just reiterate. He knows. But if you got something you want to say to me or about me, just go ahead and tell me. As long as you keep it respectful, I'm fine. So he said it, honey. He said it as bold as he said it in there, but he said it. And then I broke it down and I explained to him. And that's what I want. I just don't want the enemy to take my communication, of course, my relationship, but my communication with my children. I just don't want to give it away. I don't want no foothold. So, but it's, to me, it seems like it's a tad bit, just a tad bit. It's still possible, but it seems like it's a tad bit more difficult for me than it was previously to not allow that to happen, because I'm still appalled. I'm appalled, but I'm at myself. but amazed as well. Like, that really happened. Like, y'all really put that pressure on me for me to, you know. And it gets on my nerves. It irks me. It bothers me because, like, I know that I never used to say I was destined for greatness. I said, but I know y'all had to see something great about me, something amazing. And I knew myself, not to toot my own horn, but I knew that I'm more than a good person. I don't want to just do that cliche, I'm a good person, because I don't like that, because a lot of people who say that definitely are not. But I knew that I was, oof, baby, top notch type. I'm talking about the mindset, and all that good stuff, and other things that people don't even be thinking of. Not the surface, not that superficial type stuff, but yeah. So I know y'all seen it, and y'all was mad, y'all was hating, but at the end of the day, I really can't blame it on them. All I can say is my own actions, especially with that specific thing, got me there, and I never wanted to take it there. Well, I don't know what the heck going on in my head right here. I've been scratched, maybe a scab or something. I don't know. I feel like I'm going bald headed right there, but I think it's just a cowlick type of thing. So, with that said, I know I said I was going to upload this video in about 2, but yeah. At least I got some tuna to eat tomorrow, salad. I'm going to just try to kind of like doctor it up a little bit. My cashews spilled out. I'm not going to eat them because they done all spilled out. And some stuff can get on there. So I gotta vacuum up that little area and all that. But yeah, missing my child, period. Even though my license, the date that's on my license renewed is the date that I took her around her so-called. I didn't even realize, but I took her around her so-called dad at the mall that time, and that's when he felt this boldness. This was, he already had a so-called custody order and this, then the third out and all that. I didn't care. I wasn't trying to keep no child away from no parent. As far as being making sure that everything is healthy, yes, that's me. But and definitely not wanting third and fourth parties to try to interfere and stuff like that. I'm big on that. But other than that, deprive a parent, the one that directly had something to do with it, not indirectly, not the extended or whatever. And always just make sure I submit my kids to God anyway, like asking God to keep and cover and own their life. Yeah, and I felt like I was good, but other people didn't like it. Like, they still don't like it to this day that I'm just to myself. And I'm not with y'all. Like, I'm just not. Because I'm going to just keep it real. I see people do some shady, shisty stuff, and sometimes I might feel enticed or something, depending on what it is. Like, oh, I can do it too and get away with it. Mess around, I ain't do it, but I'm just saying, you can F around and find out. But now mess around and think I can do it too, and I'm going to be the one in trouble. And that was a long time ago. That was in my younger years. But even as an adult, I still be feeling like, dang, they out here getting away with this for sure. And be forgetting, and they ain't getting away with that. But even still, I don't feel like I have the evidence to know that they not getting away. But, so I'll be feeling some type of way. But then I be thinking like, well, dang, okay, I'm not doing what they doing. I'm doing me. I'm doing what I'm doing. And next thing I know, I'm thinking, okay, Lord, this is me. This is not what I seen them do. This is what I want to do. And if it ain't according to His will, if it's getting you out of what you're supposed to be doing, getting you off the straight and narrow, and having you drifting out of the will of God, just don't do it. Nicki Minaj says, don't do it. So yeah. That's I guess, one of the issues of life for me or whatever. And I don't want my kids doing that either. I don't want them feeling like, dang, these people thinking it's glamorous or, romanticizing certain stuff. Like, oh, they did, I can get away. I don't want that. Because, baby. And I'm asking and trusting God, snatch them right up before they trying to attempt to, even regarding what my sons may be doing in the house, they be trying to do it under my nose, and I might not recognize, snatch them right up. And yeah, just other things, and then even myself. But yeah, my daughter, the ones that I'm accounting for, me and my three children, almost like three. Like, girl, you 36 and got 3 kids, huh? And all this, just speaking of that, all this manosphere talk and all this whatever about, well, you basically not valuable to men. I ain't trying to be valuable to several different men. One or two, 10, I'm good with it. But yeah, I'm not trying to be appealing or any of that to all these different men. I mean, it's nice for men to desire you, but a lot of these dudes have, or these males have, that unhealthy desire regarding females. I know I'm shaking a little bit, but regarding females and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I'm good on it, sir. Their true colors be just showing. Like somebody was saying about this person that, I don't follow them closely, but I be seeing what they be on. And they just called it out. It was like, oh, you trying to fake it till he make it. And I get it. But I'm not into that. Like, if I do feel like I gotta perpetrate this, I don't usually want to be a part of it. Other people be willingly like, ooh, I don't mind perpetrating. I don't mind. What? Just to blend in with other people? Absolutely not. I'd rather just stay away from them if I feel like I gotta do all that. If you got a lot of kick it, I don't want to do that. Because to me, that's just birthing drama, and it's gonna show up. It's messy and all that. But some people like it. Some people here for it, honey. But I think that's it. I'm going on. I'm going to go here and lay down. I'll fill out this paperwork and stuff probably tomorrow at this point, because I'm not in the mood right now. And like I said, I don't even know if that's even the move. But I actually do like the stuff being in this room right here. I just want to have space for I could get a twin size bed. I know I'm going to have to. Oh no, might not be enough space for that. I don't know. But yeah, I just gotta do some more rearranging and stuff tomorrow and get stuff out of here, because I gotta make sure that it's not gonna be dangerous in here for me and my children. So yeah, but I'm gonna turn this off. He leaves this keyboard on. I'll be trying now. Let's see. I know if I turn it off, it's gonna probably come back on. I'm gonna leave it like that for right now. Hopefully it doesn't come back on. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say.